Hello IP students. Today our topic is Python pandas. This is Python pandas part 1 and it is related to second chapter of your syllabus, IP syllabus. So what is pandas? Pandas is basically a software library written for the Python programming language for data manipulation and analysis. So Python are basically used for data manipulation and analysis, and it offers data structures and operations to manipulating numerical tables and time series. So basically, when we want to perform some calculation on numerical tables, then we use pandas. And pandas can be divided into two parts: pandas series and pandas data frame. So what is pandas series? A pandas series is one dimensional, whereas a data frame is a two-dimensional. So as far as the size is concerned, pandas series is one dimensional and data frame is of two-dimensional. Therefore, a single column data frame can have name for its single column, but a series cannot have a column name. So that is another difference between data frame and series. A series cannot have a column name, while data frame can have a column name. And in fact, each column of a data frame can be converted to a series, and a data frame can be converted into different series. Actually, each column of data frame can be converted into series. So that is the basic difference between pandas series and data frame. Next, and there is a pictorial representation which represent difference between series and data frame. As I told you earlier that data frame can be divided into different series. So there is an example. Series 1 contain a column named apples, and series contain column name orange, and combination of these series can make a data frame. So basically, a data frame can be divided into different parts, and each part can make a series. A series is essentially a column, and a data frame is a multi-dimensional table made up of collection of series. So that is another difference between series and data frame. In this chapter we are going to discuss about series, how we can create series, and how we can perform data manipulation on series. So basically, what is pandas series? A pandas series can be created using the following constructor. So syntax of the pandas series is pandas, write pandas because pandas is a name of library. Then after dot series as a name of constructor, or we can say that name of function. And in this we can pass 4 argument: first data, second index, third data type means d type, and fourth copy. So what is data? Data takes various forms like nd array, list, and constant. So in data we can pass nd array, a list, as well as constant. And second is index. So index value must be unique and hashable, some length as data. So when we pass index as a series, always remember that index values must be unique and hashable, means they have easily identified in memory. And default np dot arrange n if no index is passed. So if we do not pass index in series, then np dot arrange functions pass the index in this series. Third is data type. Data type is d type. D type is basically for data type, and if none data type is passed, then it will be inferred. And last one is copy. Copy means copy data, and default is false. So basically there is only one parameter which is essential, and that is a data. Other are optional: index, data type, and copy. Next, and how we can create a series. So a series can be created using various inputs like array, dictionary, and a scalar value or constant. So a series can be created using array, a dictionary, and a scalar value. First of all, create an array empty series. So how we can create an empty series? For this, we write a small program here. There is a comment sign here in which the message is written: import the pandas library and aliasing as PD. So first line is import pandas as PD, in which pandas is the name of library, import is a keyword, as is again a keyword, and PD is the alternative name or alias of pandas. So whenever we want to use pandas, just write PD, after that put dot operator, and then after that uh, name of function which belongs to pandas. In second line, there is again we write s is equal to pd dot series. S is equal to pd dot series. So pd dot series is assign a value to variable s, and after that there is a print statement in which s then in which print s is given, and after the execution of that program we find out an empty series, because series contain no elements here, because we pass no data. Actually, if we don't pass any data, then empty series will be printed. We pass a data, then the data should be printed, but here no data is given, that's why no data will be printed in this case. Next is create a series from ND array. Create a series from ND array. So if data is an ND array, then index passed must be of the same length. If no index is passed, then by default index will be range n, and if n is array length, that means 0 1 2 range for array -1. So here there is an example: import pandas as PD. Again, pandas is the name of library, PD is the alternative name of pandas, import and as are keywords. So whenever we want to use pandas as a library, just write PD in place of pandas, after that dot operator, and after that name of function belongs to that library. Similarly, for NumPy, import NumPy as NP. And why we use NumPy here? We use NumPy because we want to use a function named array. First of all, an array is to be created. So just write data np dot array abcd. So array contains basically 4 elements, a, b, c, and d, and then s is equal to pd dot series data. So we pass a data into the series. In short, we can say that for line number 3 we use NumPy library, and for line number 4 in this program we use pandas as a library. So pd dot series data. So pass data as an argument in series, and then finally print the statement, print series. So a series contain elements a and b, and the index value is by default 0. A series contain element a, b, c, d, and index position are 0 1 2 and 3, belongs to a, b, c, and d respectively. So this is by default index position. If we don't write any index position when we pass a data in function series, a constructor series, then default index start from 0, and so on. Next, example 2. In this example, pass the index, and index value contain elements 100 101 102 103. So program is same as that of the previous one, but there is only a little bit difference, and difference is in terms of index values. So index values given are 100 101 102 and 103. Rest the program is same as that of previous one. So when we execute this program, so output will be again abcd, but the index position is changed, and now index position are 100 101 102 and 103. So these are the index position when we pass index values. So we pass the index value here, and now we can see the customized index value in the output. So we here customize the index value here. So this is a small program, and the difference between this one and previous one is that here index values are given, and when index value are given, then these index values are assigned to different data items. Next, create a series from a dictionary, and we can create a series also with the help of a dictionary. So what is dictionary? A dictionary can be passed as an input, and if no index is specified, then the dictionary keys are taken in a sorted order to construct itself. And if index is passed, the values in the data corresponding to the labels in the index will be pulled out. So as we know that dictionary contain index itself, and we can pass index value when we use a dictionary as a data item. So this is a program and which create a series using dictionary. First line is import pandas as PD. Again, PD is the alternative name of Python library pandas. Whenever you want to use pandas as a library, just write PD in place of pandas, then put dot sign, the dot operator. After that, name of function. Line number 2, import numpy is NV. Numpy is the name of library. NP is a alternative name given to numpy. And why we use numpy here? We use numpy here because we use our data item here. Actually, if we don't use numpy, this will not create any error, because in line number 3 there is a declaration of a dictionary, and dictionary is data A0 B1 C2. So these are the items of data dictionary. When we pass a data dictionary, then first value is the index value, and second value after colon sign is a data item. So A is the index value and 0 is a data item, and in continuation, B is also a a index value and 1 is a data item. Similarly, C is also index value and 2 is a data item. In line number 3, we use S is equal to PD dot series data. Here series belongs to pandas library, so that's why we use PD here. PD, after that dot operator, and after that series, and we pass a data item which we declared in above statement. Data is equal to A0 B1 and C2, means a dictionary is passed, and after the execution of that statement, a series will be printed whose index value are A, B and C. And why A, B and C? Because A, B, C are the index value is given in dictionary. So if no index value is passed in a dictionary, then the index value of dictionary makes a index for a series. So that is the output of the execution after the execution of that program, A0 B1 and C2. Next, what happens if we pass an index? Let us take an example here. Example number 2, import the pandas library and aliasing as PD. Again, import pandas as PD. PD is the alternative name of Python library pandas. No need to write second line, import numpy as NP. If we write that, does not make an error. And line number 3, again a series is passed as passed in previous question as an argument in data, as a argument, and our data is passed as an argument in series function, and there is a index value passed, and index value passed are B, C, D and E. Now note that here B, C, D, A are the index values, and some of them are index value of data item or dictionary itself, and these are A, B and C, but D is not part of the index of the dictionary. Then what happens after print statement? When we execute the program, then output look like this: B1 C2 D NaN and A0. So what is the meaning of this statement? Now just see the dictionary. For index value 1, there is a data item. For index value B, there is a data item 1. For index value C, there is a data item 2. For D, there is no data items, and for A, there is a data item 0. So for B, C, and A, data will be printed, but since D has no data items, so that's why NaN is written here. And what is the meaning of NaN? NaN means not a member, not a number, not a number. It means number is not found here, corresponding to value D. So this is the example that when we use a data item as a parameter in series and data contain a dictionary, then if index value is just opposite or just occur and just possess different value in comparison to that of the dictionary, then NaN will appear. Next is create a series from a scalar. So a series can also be created using different scalar value, and if a data in a scalar value an index must be provided and the value will be repeated to match the length of index. So we can also pass a scalar value to create to create a series. So line number 1, import the pandas library as aliasing as PD. So actually when we use numpy as a library, we use np to give an alternative name of Python library numpy. We can use another name np, suppose a b c d or whatever we want to use, but it given an alternative name to numpy. In most of the cases, why we use np? Because it works as because uh, because of similarities, and it's makes no ambiguity here when we use np in place of numpy. Similarly, we use pd in place of pandas because pd gives the alternative name to pandas library. And when we use pd as a alternative name to pandas library, always remember that throughout the program we use only pd, not pandas even, because we already give us a alternative name. So line number 1, import pandas as pd. Line number 2, import numpy as np. Line number 3rd, s is equal to pd dot series 5 index 0 1 2 3. Now there is only single value, and that is 5, and there are 4 different index value, and these are 0 1 2 3. So only single data item, there are 4 different index values, and these index values are 0 1 2 and 3. So when we print the statement s, then what happens? So actually each index value contains same data item, and that data item is 5 in this case. So at index position 0, 5 will be printed after the execution of the program, and in similar fashion for index position 1, 5 will again printed, and for 2, 5 will again print, and for 3, 5 is again printed. So for all index value 5, all index value contain 5 as data items, because there is only single data item, and that is 5 in this case. Second is accessing data from series with positions. So in this example we are going to discuss accessing data from series with position. So data in the series can be accessed similar to that in an ND array. So example 1, this is example 1. Retrieve the first element. As we already know, the counting starts from 0 for the array, which means the first element is stored at 0th position, and so on. So this is similar to as that of the as that of an array. An array conducts default index position 0, and after that onwards 0 1 2 3 going on. So first line number 1, import pandas as PD. Import is a keyword, pandas is the name of library, as is again a keyword, PD is the alternative name of pandas Python library. And whenever we want to use pandas as a library, just write PD in place of pandas, and after that put dot operator, and after that name of function which belongs to Python pandas library. And in this way we can use Python pandas library. In line number 2, s is equal to pd dot series. Series is a constructor or function belongs to Python pandas library. That's why we use pd first, and after that dot operator, and after that name of function or constructor. In this case this is series. Remember that series contain s as a capital letter, so always write s in capital letter when you write series. So s is equal to pd dot series, and its data items are 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 and comma 5. Actually these are the elements of a list, and we pass list as a argument. So data contain 1 2 3 4 5, and we can also say that data contain a list and items of list are 1 2 3 4 5. And after that we pass a index value, and index value contain different characters here. That's why they are mentioned in single quotes, and these characters are A, B, C, D and E. So these are the different characters belongs to series. Now there are only 5 elements, and there are 5 index values as well. So what happens when we want to retrieve the data items? If we put print s0, then even we give a index value to different data item, by default at location 0 there is already a data item, or we can say that 1. But if we want to mention index value a, then answer will be again the same. That means value at index position 0. So both will print the same answer s0 and sa. So answer will be 1 and 1. So that is the output of the program. So let's make a clear sense that when we give an index value, then using that index value we can access a data element. But by default, if we don't want to put index value, we just write or we just want to know what is the value at certain index position, then write default index position 0 1 2 3, and we can also retrieve data element for particular position. So I think now it is very clear to all of you. This is all about accessing data from series with position. So here position is mentioned, and we directly access the data items of any index position. Next is retrieve the last 3 element. So retrieve the last 3 element. If you want to retrieve last 3 element, then again series is same, and series contain data items 1 2 3 4 5, part of a list, and list is passed as a parameter. In function series we use pd, which belongs to Python library pandas, because in first line we write import pandas as pd. So whenever we want to use pandas as a library, just write pd in place of pandas, after that dot sign, after that name of function, and name of function is in this case is series. So series is the name of function. After that different data items will be passed as the argument, and data items are 1 2 3 4 5. Actually these are the element of a list. So list is passed as an argument of parameter in this function. And second parameter is index, and different index values are passed. So different index value uh, are a b c d and e is a part of list. So a is the index position of 1, b is index position of 2, c for 3, d for 4 and e for 5. So there are 5 elements and 5 index values. So now if we want to retrieve the last three elements, so what happens here, just write print s, and in subscript we pass -3 colon there. So what happens, -3, as we know that index value start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and in reverse direction it start from -1, -2, -3. So here E belongs to -1, D belongs to -2, and C belongs to -3. So -3 onwards all element will be printed, and these elements are C, D and E. These index positions are printed, and element against these index positions are 3, 4 and 5. So these element will be printed, or these are the last three elements which can be printed. Next is retrieve data using label index. So this is basically already discussed in our previous example, but let us take it again. A series is a fixed size dictionary in that you can get and set values by index label. Example number 1, retrieve a single element using index label values. Import pandas as PD. S is equal to PD dot series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and index values are A, B, C, D and E. So these are the index values. So whenever we want to use index value as in subscript, in line number 4, print as A. A is basically the characters, that's why it is represented in single quotes. So the output is 1 in this case, because for index value A there is an element 1 in this series. Example number 2, retrieve multiple elements using a list of index label values. So again there is a small program here. Import pandas as PD. Pandas is the name of library used for data manipulation. PD is the alternative name of pandas. Whenever we want to use pandas as a library, just write PD in place of pandas after the dot sign and after the name of function. In this case, name of function is series, because we discuss series in this part. So line number 1, import pandas as PD. S is equal to PD dot series. 1, 2, 3, 5, 4 are the elements, data elements belongs to a list, and list is passed in an argument here, and index values are A, B, C, D, E. Again this is a part of list, and list is passed as an index value. So A belongs to 1, B belongs to 2, C for 3, D for 4 and E for 5. So when we want to retrieve multiple elements, so just write multiple index value. In this statement we write print as A, C and D, and all values are in single quotes. These are the characters, that's why are represented in single quote, and also our index values. So data value regarding that index value will be printed. For A, 1 will be printed after the execution of the program. For C it is 3, and for D it is 4. So that is the final answer, A1, C3 and D4. Next, if a label is not contained, an exception is raised. So if a label is not contained, an exception is raised. So there is a small program again. Import pandas as PD. Again same series here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the elements of series, and A, B, C, D, E are the index values of that series. passed as an argument. Now if we want to print SF, so actually there is no data items, there is no data items for index value f, so there will be an error, or error will be raised for after the execution of that program. So that is all about series. I hope you like this video. In our next video we discuss about data frame. Till then, goodbye.